Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730.
Jill 730.
I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations as always. You've made your way to the Buffyngton Post.
You are invited!
Today is May 24th, 2017, and it's time for another Buffyngton Post recap and review for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11. And so I'd like to invite you all to reach into your super gay Buffy bag and pull out your preferred copy of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11, issue number 7, It's Disempowered. But before we get into it,
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
So basically, for the past 2 or 3 seasons, everything for the Buffy relationship was like pretty much on the up and up, and especially in Season 10 and the beginning of Season 11, it looked like everything was great between Buffy and Spike. But then, of course, the US government decided that they wanted to make the Buffyverse great again after this whole, natural catastrophe happened, and this dragon brought a tsunami into San Francisco, and now they've rounded up all of the magical beings, including witches, demons, vampires, werewolves, and all the rest, into these safe zones that are not internment camps. Buffy decided to turn herself in to go into the internment camp because Willow and Spike were being forcibly removed. Things in the safe zone are not great, but Buffy became a trustee to get Spike some extra blood rations, and so she's kind of right in the middle of all of these demons, and they're blaming her for being a turncloak and being a traitor while she's actually protecting all of them. And we found out in the last issue that the government is building some kind of machine that's gonna suck the magic out of all magical beings, even if they literally need magic to survive. Xander, Dawn, and Giles have all been safe from the safe zones, and we really haven't seen anything of them. The only thing that's super special about the safe zone and fun is this not a relationship that Willow's been not having with this chick called Calliope who keeps trying to put the moves on her. Meanwhile, they still haven't gotten to the bottom of the whole dragon situation that started this whole mess in the first place.
that's pretty much what you need to know, and so without further ado, let's jump into Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11, issue number 7, It's Disempowered. Here we go.
You ready?
I like Steve Morris, I like his art style, and this cover, it really doesn't have anything wrong with it. But I'm a sucker for Rebecca Isaacs, and I really do like her cover, her variant cover, because it really threw me for a loop. I was like, what's going on with Spike and Buffy here? What's the deal? Is she gonna actually leave? So I really like it. So the issue opens up with Ophelia Reyes kind of live streaming to the actual safe zone and basically laying out this opportunity for them, which is that if they agree to get all disempowered, then they can go free. Some of the folks in the safe zone that's not an internment camp are really excited about it, but the others are like, wait, we can't exist without magic, and basically Spike and Willow are just sitting around waiting for the other shoe to drop. Now, Willow's pretty sure that this whole voluntary magic dismemberment situation is just kind of a test run for their great big magical machine that they're building, and Spike is saying, you girls need to get out before this is forcibly done to you. You need to get out and figure out a way to do this. And Buffy's basically saying, I'm not going to give up my powers. I can't do anything without my powers, and I'm certainly not going to leave you in here for God knows what to happen to you. So after Willow tries to convince the girls in her coven that this might be the safest option for us all if we just give up our powers, you need to think about it, Calliope comes along and tries to put the moves on her again. She kisses her again, Willow pushes her away, and she's like, oh no girl, I'm gonna break up with my girlfriend, I'm just trying to figure out how. And Willow's like, nah dude, you need to get your shit together and just get the heck out of here. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. So a few days later, Riley and Sam show up at the safe zone, and they're trying to convince Buffy that what she can do is give up her powers. It's not going to make her less strong. She can take the fighting classes and exercise her Second Amendment rights, and Buffy's over here like, Well, I'm already worried about my rights because my Fourth Amendment rights of illegal search and seizure are clearly being impressed upon as it is, and they're trying to tell her that there are ways that she can help without her power, and that might be the safest and sanest route for her. So then we find out that, sure enough, Calliope decided to get her powers all drained out of her, and she's gonna go free, and she's not really loving the not having magic, and she's really not loving the leaving Willow behind. So this werewolf, who doesn't want to be a werewolf and isn't a werewolf by choice, is wanting to get his power all, like, depowered so that he can go and live an actual life. And this new shape-shifting day vamp guy is basically saying that he's a traitor and that they all need to stand together because for some people it's not an option. Like, vampires cannot just get the magic taken out of them and go la-di-daing through life. Like, they won't be themselves. And basically Buffy comes in and breaks up the fight, but the vampire is saying that she's a traitor. Like, she's always going to side with the humans and she doesn't really belong in this fight. So Buffy already has enough enemies, and now the government seems to be one of them, and she thinks that if they just go and get depowered and are able to go and live in the real world, then the government can just come and kill them in the real world. But Willow is saying it doesn't make sense for them to do that. Why would they release us when they could just kill us here? So Buffy and Willow have this whole heart-to-heart, and Willow says the fact of the matter is we don't want to get our power taken away because our power defines us. We always say that Xander and Dawn are special and they're, helpful, but we don't want to be like them. And Willow has decided that she is going to go and get depowered because there's nothing that she can do from within the camp to stop what's happening. And she's basically telling Buffy, if you want to come, that's on you, but I'm going. So Buffy and Spike talk about how Spike will be okay if Buffy leaves, and their relationship will be okay if she leaves. And she's kind of decided that she's going to do it, but before she does, she and Spike are going to do it. So the next day, Buffy and Willow are going to get all depowerified, and Spike basically has to let Buffy go, and she goes to tell him that she loves him, but he says, tell me when we're back together again. So whoop-de-doo, they go into the depowering machine, and you just know that Buffy and Willow have a trick up their sleeve instead of getting depowered, right? Nope, they get totally depowered, and they leave. And as they're leaving, Jordan says, hey, don't forget your stupid scythe. So Buffy and Willow, no magic, no Slayer powers, they leave the safe zone, and Buffy's sure that everything's gonna be fine, but Spike is still in there. And that's where we end the issue. Oh man, I meant to say we're gonna ring the bell every time something I didn't expect to happen happens. Because a lot that I didn't expect to happen happened in this issue. I wasn't expecting Riley and Sam. Yay. I wasn't expecting for Buffy and Willow to actually give up their powers. I wasn't expecting Calliope to totally mouth rape Willow again. And I sure as shit didn't think that Willow would go telling people, yeah, go get depowered by this machine instead of letting me do it. So yeah, I didn't love this issue, but I did really enjoy it because it gave me so much of what I was not expecting, and I really applaud that. This is not where I saw all of this going. We, again, did not pick back up with our Scoobies outside of the safe zone. Xander, Giles, and Dawn, they're all missing in action. But this team, Rebecca Isaacs and Christus Gage, are the dream team for the Buffyverse. They are really, really good at capturing their voices, and the banter between the characters is so natural. It feels like it's coming off the screen. This whole bit with Buffy and Spike in the trailer, and they kind of like are about to get it on, and Buffy says, pan to fireplace, and he's like, we're in a trailer. And she goes, you're ruining it. Don't you want to get laid? He's like, I'll set something on fire. It's so funny. It's so Buffy and Spike. It's perfect. The little moments that we get here, they're really good and they are character based. This talk with Willow and Buffy about how they gave up their power before, back in season 8 in Tibet. They gave their power away because they knew that they could get it back. And we also have Spike saying, you are capable women with your magic, with your Slayer powers, you're super great. But even without that, like, you two are the bosses. You can handle this. And he really believes in them as people, not just them as fucking superheroes. And all of that is really lovely. I like that there are different ideas from the other people that are in the safe zone, or the non-people that are in the safe zone. Like the werewolf guy. You know, Oz didn't ask to be a werewolf. Nobody really asks to be a werewolf until you're bitten, and this could actually help this guy. But for everyone else, it could kill them, literally. And Willow says, I think that they're just going to test out this little machine so that when they get the big machine up and running, they'll just blast the entire nation with this anti-magic ray, and we'll all be fucked no matter what. And so I really applaud this issue because you can't do anything from the inside. You can't... It's just like kind of Angel season 5. Like, you can't make change within the belly of the beast. You have to destroy the beast. And, you know, maybe you can, but not this way. And it's really fascinating that Buffy, who we look for and we look to have power, she's going to do that not as a Slayer, but as a woman. And I think that's what this all really is going to come down to. And, you know, next month we've got Faith coming in, and it's like, oh my gosh, Faith is finally the active Slayer for real. Like, she's the Slayer. She's got the power, and Buffy's going to have to rely on Faith and her power. Oh, that's great stuff. But yeah, the character interactions are what really make this book go. If you had told me, oh, there's going to be an issue and Buffy and Willow are going to decide to give up their power, I'd have been like, what? But the way that they do it, and the fact that they know the stakes and they know what their options are, and that they are so limited that this is their only choice, it's wonderful, you guys. And Jordan, you know, she's back being a cunt, and Buffy talks about how she didn't realize how heavy the scythe was. And I think that that's kind of tongue-in-cheek. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to carry the mantle of being Slayer. It's heavy, but it's hers. It's on her. Even if she doesn't have that power, she has that mentality. She is the Slayer. She is the chosen one, as Jordan jokingly calls her. And she's gonna fix this. She's gonna get it all together. Don't ever doubt Buffy, but this issue of leaving Spike in there and what's going to happen to Spike. Are they going to force this on Spike? Probably not, because, I mean, I'm not too worried about Spike. I don't think they'll ever, you know, super kill him again. But yeah, I was really impressed with this issue overall. Like I said, I didn't love it because I don't want these things to be happening, but I admire it. And again, just these characters talking about what matters to the characters is why I keep coming back to the Buffyverse 20 years later. This is what we're here for. We want to live with these people. We want to feel and hurt and be there with these people no matter what their circumstances. And it's great. And so, Planet Earth, please let me know what you thought of Season 11, Issue number 7, in the comment section down below. I'm Preston L. Young. You can come right back here to the Buffyngton Post anytime for Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Faith reviews, Buffyverse discussions on the other Slayers and more, my The Leftovers reviews, and did everybody catch that Game of Thrones trailer that came out today? July 16th, we'll be back with Game of Thrones Season 7 reviews. But again, that's pretty much all for today, you guys. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, question. Hope you're having a great 2017 so far. Have yourself a great day today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay. My BFF. Joe? 730.